Never fails.
There's no better way to start the cafe than just like a
Just
little
get,
belly rolling, you
kind
know?
of get a little
Just a
belly,
little,
loosen up the back.
exactly.
We've been sitting in our chairs all
Yeah,
morning.
we have to be static and still the entire time. And like this is our one moment where like no one can
Very
yell at
still.
us if we're just like
Like all day, I sit. I have the worst posture. I'm one of these guys. I'm at my desk.
I like to think I start here. First off, welcome to the Medicare Cafe. Before we go into pre-chat madness,
We
my name is
started.
Benjamin. This is
I'm Clayton Clemens.
and yeah, this is the Medicare Cafe. This is good old pre-chat, but like post-chat hours because we've got
Ooh,
we're just vibing.
10 o'clock.
We've survived
We
and
survived.
now we're vibing.
We've survived. We're vibing, and we're arriving towards holiday season.
True.
So I know today we kind of want to jump into some story time.
Correct.
But me and Ben were talking a little bit earlier about just looking at how AEP went for our agents, how everything went, and
Yeah.
first off, we just want to tip our cap to all of you guys for all the hard work. Do we have a cap?
I'm looking.
As I know this has been a very stressful time, especially leading into the holidays. And then God bless you if you're doing ACA and you're still in enrollment time. Oh, that's a cat. Tip of the cat to you.
It rhymed kind of with that.
But yeah, if you're still out there and you have ACA open enrollment still going on, was that go to the 15th, I believe?
How these?
Okay, we're wearing these. God bless you. Keep going. Let us know how we can help out. Anything like that. Oh, this is so tiny. Anyway, let's just get it for the screenshot. And there we go. Okay.
Yeah, those
That's
are
a very
those
small hat.
small boys.
So yeah, let's talk. I want to see some stories in the chat. Y'all give us a quick rundown. We could talk through them. But yeah, story time.
Yeah. So before we get like some of the stories I know that we brought. You're right, posture. Sorry.
Trying.
Yeah, that's smart. I definitely start up here, and then like as the cafe goes through, I'm just like going back into my shell or something. So, but one of the things that I was thinking about when we were discussing, what's the topic going to be for the cafe this week, and we're like, man, this was a really weird AEP. We had normally there's like one big thing that we had. Like years past, it was like WellCare not able to share some of their stuff, or like other carriers not be able to showcase on some of the different quoting platforms. Just had some weirdness, and I feel like this year it was like, okay, that was our one weird thing, and then like turn the corner and it was just demon looming in the corner, like we're not done yet. Then compliance, and it's like, okay, surely we're done now, and then like turn back and it was like another monster, and you're just like, oh, we are surrounded by weird monsters right now. And so I think that alone not only really made it a weird AEP, but like I hope agents feel after this year so much more impactful and as a necessity. I know that was a conversation that was had over the compliance kind of spill, was that like, okay, well, it feels like agents are trying to be written out of the equation.
Yeah.
And they have all these call centers, and this happens, and carriers do this sometimes, and it feels like sometimes the agent gets the short end of the stick. And I hope this AEP, I actually had a really good conversation with an agent, so we can kind of spin this into story time. I had a really good conversation with an agent that was like, I don't feel like I did anything this AEP. And I feel like I could have done way more. And I feel like this XYZ. And it's a conversation, one that is good to have as a business person. As soon as you become stagnant, you start falling behind. Then that's just the truth of the nature in business. So you always want to be trying to find that next step forward. But it's okay also to take a beat and take a second. Even if you only helped one person this AEP, you made a potentially life-altering change in their insurance that will now protect or help them for the entire year of 2024. And if something happens this year, the insurance that you help them get during AEP, may be the one that helps them stay financially more stable
Yeah.
or have more peace of mind. That way they can spend more time with grandkids or their own kids, whatever it may be. So that was kind of I wanted to preface this whole episode with like, hey, speaking of episode, AEP story time. I forgot to do that. But like, I hope agents understand, like, you have such an impactful and important position in this industry. Like, my dad is Medicare eligible, has been for like a year or two now. And it's like, his situation is just like, dude, I'm in this field on a daily basis, and I don't think I've ever seen your situation. And then I have to like hide my face because I'm like, nah, that's just some other guy. I don't know
Yeah.
what. Like, why would surely my parents wouldn't have the weirdest case known to man. But no, it's just like I hope agents know that you guys are required in this industry, and I hope you feel that from not only your clients but also the people that you work with. Okay,
For sure. I
off
also
my
think
soapbox.
I also think to kind of piggyback off that, a lot of agents did a lot of rolling clients this year. I talked to quite a few agents that really wanted to go for new business, to get a lot of new clients in there this AEP, as that's a kind of a general goal we see a lot is I want to add X amount of new lives.
Yeah.
But with the carriers making some significant changes or doing nothing while other carriers moved forward, we just didn't see that being as easily accessible to especially, solo agents. Larger agencies, different setups can have a little bit different structure to make that happen. But the agents who's like, I've got 200-300 people that depend on me for their insurance, I'd be doing them a disservice if I went and tried to get 50 more new people versus making sure they get on the right plan. So there's a lot of different ways, I know, without going into crazy detail of, okay, I didn't get to see all of my people, what do now?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite phrases, just what do now?
What do now? What do next?
OEP. Just OEP. Thank goodness for OEP.
Yeah.
But the PDP people...
check your disasters and check your other
check 'em.
can they move? Like let's pack it up.
Exactly. And so that kind of gets me to my story time. So for story time for me, I helped my father enroll into his PDP this year.
Dude, I already did that story. Get out of here. Okay, that's
Mine's
story.
in detail.
Right.
Let's
Okay.
check it. Okay. So my dad, he's 74 years old. I should be a better son and know exactly how old my dad is. But he's 74. He has his railroad pays for his Medicare part.
Not railroad.
Yeah. So he's a railroader.
You're fine.
He is diabetic, so he takes I think it's Lantus. It was the medicine he's on. And he's been on his same prescription drug plan for a few years. Had an agent that was always taking care of him. I didn't even get involved in the situation. I just said, if you guys have questions, ask me. But I wasn't trying to steer him. I'm like, you guys got an agent. You're taken care of.
Yeah.
This year, the agent, before AEP, let them know that he was switching to a different company and is not going to be in this field anymore. So my parents were left agentless or homeless and didn't know where to go. So I reached out to Carrie and asked her to help me run this drug quote. Even though me and Ben run drug quotes every day, it gets a little bit different when it's a loved one. You want to make sure you want to double check everything.
Yeah.
And I trust Carrie. I want to say, hey, can you help me out with this? So Carrie was helping me run the drugs because I saw something weird. And that's why I wanted somebody else's eyes on it. So he was on a Cigna plan. And his estimated drug cost for the year jumped up to $20,000.
Chump change.
Just got it.
Next. Back pocket. Yeah. So next problem.
So, like a lot of people, $20,000 difference in the budget is gonna mess some things up.
I want to just legally put that everything prior to that was just said was a meme. No one is just popping $20K out their back pocket.
So, I told my parents, like, well, let's look at it. And they said, I know you're very busy at work right now. I don't want to stress you out. I don't want to throw more on your plate. So
Yeah.
we don't need to worry about it. And I said, no, we need to worry
We
about
need
it.
to worry about
It could be thousands of dollars different. I didn't want to stress my mom out and say, it's going to be $20,000 different before I knew for sure.
Yeah.
So we kept looking, and in traditional fashion, the client didn't give me all of the information that I needed. There was a couple drugs that were not on there that I needed to run. They didn't tell me that they were. I thought that he still went to this Fairview pharmacy down the road from their house. Nope.
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 Yeah.
They were doing a mail order. So like there was a lot of different factors that I didn't know about that I found out as like we were getting closer and closer to actually picking the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So we switched like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Ended up going with one of those, the Smart Fit or Smart RX.
Smart RX.
And Aetna plan. And again, in typical client fashion, my mom's like, well, yeah, like his plan was $33 and it's going up to $50. Yeah, maybe we should look at that. And I was like, let's just disregard the premium part. Like, yes, that is a thing, but that is not the thing that we need to worry about.
I think we can muster up an extra $20 a month. I don't think that's gonna be.
It's the drugs.
Yeah.
It's the drugs. They're gonna cost
That's
a lot.
crazy.
So until I could sit with them and show them the estimated drug cost, my mom didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. And then she started to get nervous with us actually switching her on the plan.
Yeah. Oh man.
So we went through. I know my story's a little long-winded.
No, you're good.
We went through the process of enrollment on Medicare.gov because I'm not licensed. That was a non-commissionable plan,
Yep.
so our agents couldn't write it. And that was the only reason Carrie didn't do anything. She was amazing. I know she was super busy. I threw it at her like the last week and a half once I found out how much it's actually going to cost.
Yeah.
Wow. So salute to Carrie. Thank you so much. But yeah, so we went through that, went and enrolled them on Aetna's plan through Medicare.gov.
Mm-hmm.
A lot easier than I assumed it'd be.
Nice.
I've never had to do that for anyone or help them through that process. I could tell you exactly where to go, what to click on, how to find the plan. It's just, I feel like that's part we miss with not being agents ourselves is that next step of, okay, what do they actually have to do?
And you can't always play the scary game of like, well, I could click that button, surely, right? I could just go a little bit further, and then you're like, I'm in uncharted territories. Like, I need to just slowly back up out of here.
Oops. So we got them all on there. Everything went through. We got the application number or whatever. And I said, okay, here's the bad part about this. I have no way of checking on this because there's no agent that I could call on behalf of. I have to call the carrier directly, and they're going to want you on the phone. Like, I can guarantee that, Dad.
Yep.
He's not tech savvy. He's not making account. Like, the man uses an iPhone. He has an old iPhone that he I hate you. That he only uses for spell check. He uses notes and spell check.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
He's a writer. That's all he wants to do. And music, I guess. But I digress.
That's another free chat for another day.
So, yeah, just an episode on why my dad needs to learn technology.
I think like our dads would be really great friends. It's like my dad calls Bluetooth purple teeth. So
Purple teeth.
yeah. So
so next day I said, let's give it some time. We're not gonna call tomorrow. We'll call on, what was that, Thursday? On the 7th.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure, and I had zero time to do that throughout the workday, obviously. Like, it was way too busy checking on everybody else's.
It was the 7th.
My job.
Yeah.
And so I told him, okay, after work, I'll give you a call. We'll call them together. I went and picked up my daughter. We got everything taken care of. Got her in the bathtub. I called Aetna with my dad on the phone. I said, get comfy. We might be here a while. Well, we sat on hold for about an hour and a half. I messaged the Ben and the team and said, okay, buckle up. Here we go. About an hour and a half later, got someone on the phone. They told us everything we needed to know. Application went through just fine. Gave us everything. So it all worked out. But if he has an agent, that process is so much easier.
True.
He would have got checked on earlier. He would have been able to not just say, forget about it, don't worry about it. He would say, no, that's what you do. You help me with this.
Yeah.
And they would have been able to check their apps on a portal, something like that.
Way
but
faster.
removing the agent, we just saw how many bumps in the road we could possibly hit.
Literally.
So, like, I even told Carrie, I was like, if it's within a few $100s, like, they'd rather have somebody.
Yeah.
Which is, something we'll look at for additional products to
Yeah.
help get with Carrie or get with somebody. But, it was just crazy. An hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'm like, no one's going to be able to navigate that. And then if it went incorrectly and they just said, I'm not holding for an hour, $20,000.
Exactly. There was a pretty sizable chunk of savings.
Yeah, he ended up.
Cigna.
It was about $1,000 for the year versus the 20. I don't know if this is. I'm not giving details about my dad.
You
I
don't
can
know
tell you
what,
where he lives,
what
and his social and his
plan,
Medicare.
It was
But yeah,
5 figures worth of savings.
it was quite significant.
Wow.
Now, Cigna, last second after we enrolled the plan, my mom showed me the letter that they got saying they're not going to cover the Lantis, but they will cover these alternatives. And I was like, okay, that would have been good to know that we wouldn't have to stress out.
Oh my goodness.
But
wow.
the Cigna plan was still going to be a couple thousand more. So it's like, it wouldn't have been just like everything explodes. My parents are broke now. It would just been like, we got to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Aetna worked out. It was great.
That's awesome.
Member services was very nice and helpful once I finally got them on the phone.
That's good.
My dad, he's an old man. He does the old man move of just like chit chat with everyone. I'm doing better than you are. How's everything going? Like, just like yelling into the phone.
I don't know, baby. It's kind of cold outside right now, but I'll probably be all right.
just starts yelling the second we get. But he's like being nice. I love my dad. He's a wild man.
That's amazing. No, I love that.
Yeah.
Like, it's also like doesn't help that we're in the Midwest.
Yeah.
It's like, that is also a very Midwestern thing to do. Be like, you call your dentist and then you're asking about their kid that went to college 6 years ago and like, well, what are they up to? So
just let's start chit chatting now. We've been on. I was like, Dad, no, Dad, let me do my
there are
thing.
other people that are approaching the 90-minute mark whole time, and it's because of people like us. That's funny. That's great, though.
But it was good. We got them all taken care of. I had multiple people checking on them. So like, there's our buddy Will that works at SMS. I was just asking him a couple quick questions about the railroad aspect because I was like, okay, I'm gonna just text Will. He told me to holler at him if I had any questions. So shout out to Will for being assistance there too, because just so many wrinkles and the anxiety level of it being my dad.
Yeah.
Olivia multiple times that day was like, you do this for your job. You know how to do this. Why are you so worried? I'm like, this is my daddy.
Yeah. True. No, true. It's like when my dad, this is not quite AEP story time, but I digress. My dad signed up for A and B the day he couldn't. Like the day before he shouldn't have been able to.
Oh, I was like, say that, run that back one more time.
Yeah.
He signed up for A and B the day he couldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, good,
so
good.
He turned 65 the whole 9 yards and just
wait.
I'll get around to it. It's on.
It's time will come.
It's on the roadmap.
It's on the roadmap.
It's on the roadmap. And it just so happened that the stars had aligned in the whole 9 yards, and I was in town, and I was like, Dad, I don't see a card around here anywhere. And he's like, I did mean to do that. No, so that's not a thing you mean to do. That's something you have to do. And we got on the Social Security website and applied and got A and B and the whole 9 yards. And yeah, it was, that was stressful. So I can understand where you're coming from. And I'm sure a lot of agents, like, if taking care of either friends or family, that's a whole other layer that, like, you don't see a lot of. And so, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I was trying to figure out ways to, like, put in broader sense, but it's like when you're taking, I'm sure it's like surgeons or whatnot, like if they're operating on someone they know, it's a whole other ordeal, I guess you could say. But
yeah,
I had
brings that realism into it.
Exactly.
Of like,
Hey,
You take a moment and be like, oh wait, no, this is what I do, but this is a lot.
it's never that you plan on making a mistake. I think it becomes the realism of that the mistake is way more real
Yeah.
if it happens that something like I don't know. We mentioned earlier, neither of us are agents ourselves, so we don't have all of that experience, and so we don't know. It's like if it's fourth quarter and you're down by 2 and you're on like the 50-yard line, like, well, we got to get a little bit closer before we can maybe win the game. So it's like stuff
Right.
like that. We don't always see some of that.
We don't know what we don't know. We run into it late and we're like, oh.
Yeah, scared. No, I agree. I do have this other one here, unless you have something.
I know, you go. I had 20 minutes of me telling you guys about my dad because I also am a bit of a storyteller and want to elaborate on randomness.
I do like randomness is good. We didn't put this preference in there, but if you have a really good story or an instance of like a lot of drug savings, feel free to throw it in the chat. We'd love to hear it. This is I think Olivia mentioned it, like a diet version of the cafe. This is really just like take a beat, rest, understand. I had outlined in the description because I pieced together the description for the YouTube. I was like, I hope that agents leave this video with a strengthened and reinvigorated why they went through AEP. Because AEP is very understandably and rightfully so a season in an industry that could just be like, it's not worth it. It's too stressful. I don't get to see my family for 3 months. Like my diet, my sleep, everything. I lose my hair. Like whatever it may be, it is one of the arguably the most stressful times. And for just about any industry, is I would put AEP for an insurance agent, especially if you add on ACA in that enrollment time period as well.
Like, so I get another open enrollment on top of my open
just
enrollment.
Throw like, I don't know, just that little
little dash more.
More
if
insurance.
You're under 65 or over 65, it just come on to me. And it's like, oh my God.
I'm scared. So yeah, it's just, I wanted people to walk away from this and just be like, this is why I did it. This is, and or be able to attach to one of those stories that you had experienced. I'm sure, and agents that I talk with can almost always remember their first person that they saved a lot of money, or a friend or family that like required them. So this kind of goes into an agent. They outlined this on social media, which like also share these things with people. They're really awesome. Like not brag about yourself, but like you guys are doing these amazing things. Like let people know that's okay. That's good. Like people want to know.
They want to know what you do.
Exactly. So they outlined that tonight was epic. I had a Medicare client facing cancer surgery mid-December, and both Social Security and Medicare said his coverage couldn't be approved until December 1st, yet he needed approval before December 1st, and he was losing employer group coverage 11/30, which was the day in which this was posted. They were able to get the supplement approved today for a 12/1 effective. The mission statement at their agency is protecting tomorrow today, and I think that just like that's such a great way to outline that, and at the end of the they did it. Like this person had a lot of stress and uncomfortability, and honestly even sometimes the unknown does it enough to just, I don't know what's going to happen, and to be able to offer some of that comfort in the chaos is really awesome. So shout out to that agent.
Y'all are taking care of people like that. You're taking care of the dads of the world.
Truthfully.
The old
I
Claytons.
can't wait for the agents that have to take care of us.
Oh, God. We're going to be a nightmare. We'll know enough to be dangerous.
My birthday's December 1st, which means it's a whole other ordeal because it's the first of the month, which means I have to go the month prior, but then it's right during AEP, and so you have to look for now for 2 months and AEP for 20. Yeah, I'm a nightmare. If you see me asking for agents, just run. just run.
Not Ben.
Nope, I'm good.
Well, do you have any other stories, or what do you think?
I have a bunch.
You want to get the people out of here?
I've got a bunch, but yeah, I mean, just continue this. We always talk about how we have the Facebook group, the Medicare Cafe page on Facebook.
The Facebook group on the Facebook page? Did you go on Facebook and like that Facebook page?
With a Facebook like.
I love you, man.
But yeah, so I mean, you have that available to you. We like to keep that for resources and stuff, but also like this time of the year, like you guys are surrounded by people who know some of your struggles, can offer some assistance, and through some of those struggles, it's truly a place for you guys just to unite as kind of a conglomerate mind and be able to tackle 2024 even better than 2023 was. So I think that's kind of what I will end it on, is just planning for next year starts now.
What I want to end it on.
I know what you're going to do.
What do you want?
I know what you're going to do.
I just want to sing just a little excerpt.
Excerpt.
Is there a P in there?
I think.
I can't spell.
Silent.
Anyway, a little bit of one of the favorite Christmas songs around here.
Yes.
Is Baby It's Cold Outside.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good
It is
stuff.
cold outside.
It is. It's also a little cold in here, and we're not even outside.
No, we got a little heater. We're okay.
Just
but
just a little heater.
Just a little heater. So everybody, enjoy the holidays. Yes. Enjoy this time. You guys have done so much great work, and it's just going to lead to an amazing 2024 that we can keep growing on. Keep talking about other things with the clients. Keep sharing those stories with us because they happen throughout all the year. We know that. Yep. But just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys so much for everything. And until next time, have fun.
Make money.
And give impeccable service.
We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.